Hi everybody, welcome back to Natasha Rosewood Facebook Live. For those of you who don't know me, I am a quantum healer, I inspire intuitive intelligence, and I'm an author. And what that means is I'm going to help anybody that asks for it to go through these difficult times that we're going through with this increase in energy. So last week, I don't know if you joined me then, I was up in Whistler. My husband and I have been traveling a bit of BC. We did our show from Whistler, so that was really exciting, visiting friends there. Then we went over to the islands, saw new friends, old friends. That was very good, and went to Nanaimo and Parksville and Courtney. Had some great clients in Courtney. Thank you, Leona. Shout out to you for hosting an awesome psychic party. And so what I'm noticing with the readings these days absolutely is this energy that's surging through all of us. It's called, if you want to measure it, it's called the Schumann Resonance. We talked about that a little bit last week, and how it's amplifying everything that we're thinking and feeling. And consequently, a lot of us are going, oh, I feel a bit squirrely, I'm overwhelmed, I'm depressed, I'm stuck, I don't want to go on anymore. There's so many things that are happening here on the planet right now, on the earth. So we touched on that somewhat last week, but this week I'm going to be talking about the actual process of quantum healing. Now, I'm on Facebook, so if anybody on Instagram wants to jump on and join me and comment or ask questions, I really like to hear from you. You know, does this time work for you, for example? I'm thinking about next week, I might do it at 6:30 when some of you, or most of you, are home from your day, and you can join in, and we can really start a very meaningful discussion about what on earth is happening on the planet at this time. What this energy also is doing is really polarizing us. It's wherever we're at in our consciousness, if we're in the dark, lower vibrations, low frequencies, if we still want to hang on to thinking that we can control things and people and events, those people are going to get a little bit of a shock, because this energy is picking up speed and it's going to blow everything out of our hands almost. So the only thing we can do with this energy really is surrender to it. Pretend you're like a power bar and that you're just taking this energy in, and you need to just let it run through you, recalibrate. So the faster it picks up, the more you need to slow down. What the event is, what a lot of people's events are, is that they're feeling that they want to change perhaps the relationships or the way they do things or where they live. Some people are dropping relationships, some people are attracted to new ones. So all these things are expected in this different frequency. What I suggest people do to really cope with it is you can meditate more, just sit, be quiet, let the energy pass through you, do the grounding exercise, talk about sticking your feet on the earth and pretending that roots, your tree and the roots are reaching down to the earth and holding you safe and calm in that energy. So just allowing yourself to kind of be with it and not allow it to overwhelm you. Just if you're overwhelmed, just stop, take a nice deep breath, go to bed for a while, rest, hang out with some good friends, eat some really good food, healthy food, and just let it be. So some of us also might be feeling really, really stuck. So my recent readings have shown that people want to move forward. They're actually going to make their dreams come true. So I just see Deborah joined the group. Hi, Deborah. It's so nice to see your name there. We haven't spoken in a while, so I'm really glad you're here. So if you have a question, please ask the questions, and your question might be apropos to everybody here. That often happens. So if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling like you want to move forward, it's kind of, clients are falling into two kind of groups, if you like. I found that a lot of us that are in a great place, even though we don't know it sometimes, we're moving towards our dream now, because this energy is something we can harness and use. It's momentum. So it's like getting big push from behind, saying, go for it. And I know that the spirits that I've been connecting with on behalf of my clients this week, they're all saying, give her a kick up the bum, give her a smack of the head, come on, do it. Go and do the right thing for you, what feels right for you. And as a result of us getting into our feelings, we're getting more into our heart center. This is our real brain. A lot of people still thinking with their head, God bless you, and that can often represent your ego, conscious waking state, which, as we know, can be a little bit misleading. What I'm asking people when they ask me, Natasha, what should I do? I've got this decision to make. Should I do this or that? I'm throwing it right back at the client, because we are stepping into our power now. We are creators of our reality. And I say, what do you want to do? What's in your heart? What feels right for you? What's your truth? Because a lot of us throughout our lives haven't been given that permission to speak our mind, speak our truth, do what we really want to do, because there's been a pressure, either cultural conditioning, family, friends, that have come from outside and said, no, that's not who you are, this is what you need to be doing. And you're going, what? Why doesn't this feel right? I know I should want to, but I just don't. So it's a time actually of going into your bliss. How good is that? And being in this reality now, acknowledging what we have going on, where we're at, and then saying, I'm always dreaming about this. So people who are accountants want to be out in the woods and become a park ranger, or people that are being nurses really want to be artists and paint their books. People that are working in offices really want to be stay-at-home moms. So what's your other reality? Because the good news is that other reality already exists. So I'm just going to describe now what the quantum healing process is. When, if you were to book a session with me and you say, Natasha, I'm just kind of feeling like, I'm stuck, I want to get out of this, but I need a little bit of a push. There isn't, quantum healing isn't for everybody. I feel like you have to be ready to make that little leap, but you still want a leg up. Like you can see over the hill, you can see the other reality, and you're excited, but maybe you don't have the confidence or the means to get there. So what the quantum healing process is takes 2 hours. I say allow 2 hours. You can either come to my office in Kelowna. I do sessions either on Zoom or Skype as well, so you can live anywhere in the world and still have this wonderful experience. And I ask you in the first hour, really, what's your life been like? What's gone on? What have you achieved? What have you survived? What's been great? And also what's happened to you that still kind of gives you an emotional charge or makes you feel bad about who you are. Because a lot of us are attached to things that have happened to us, whether we didn't have a very nice sister, or we got involved in a car accident, or we keep picking the wrong guys. That would have been me, by the way. So it's just knowing that we're not what we have created so far. We created those events so that we could learn the lesson and get the gift. And it's only going to feel like a failure or a bad thing if you don't see the event as a thing that's a win for you, that's a gift for you. And remember, you created it, because we're all living in this quantum where it's really just a dream. It's really just a dream. It's an illusion. So if we don't like the illusion, we can change it. If we don't like the dream, we can change it. Hi, Brett. So nice that you joined. Love to talk to you. Love to hear your questions and see how you feel. You can send me a comment afterwards, of course, to my email, natasha@natasharosewood.com. But I really want to get this discussion happening, seeing how everybody's doing and how everybody's coping with this racy energy. So the first hour, as I said, we're talking about your life. What's your life story been so far? This is your movie script. You're the star in the movie. your personality and your gifts and your challenges that you have is a role that you chose to play. And sometimes we find our gifts through our challenges. So the best way I can tell you that is, as I say in my first book, if my mother hadn't been psycho, I wouldn't be psychic. So although I went through hell at the time, it was not pleasant. It was very damaging to my psyche. And my poor mother, who did not have the help that she needed at that time for her issues, I felt helpless in trying to help her. So I had to kind of surrender that and let that go because I couldn't help her. And even if she was alive today, it might have been a challenge with borderline personality disorders, which I now believe she had. So now I can help other people, though, and I've spent my life, and I'm very passionate about people knowing how great they are and living that greatness instead of saying, wow, I've got this Lamborghini, but I keep putting diesel in the tank and it keeps very sluggish and it doesn't really go as fast as it could, or we couldn't, we could be having a lot more fun with this Lamborghini. So I want people to know that they're all Lamborghinis, and if we put the right fuel in the tank with the right belief systems, and we put ourselves in the right environment, and we do what we love, and we follow our heart, just think how great this world would be. Just think how great that would be. Very exciting. I want to see this in my lifetime. I don't know about you, but I really want to see people dancing in the streets and going, I rock. And you all do in your individual ways. Okay. I'm in a house where the door goes and sometimes the alarm goes off, so it's not a strange voice from the outer atmosphere. It's just one door going back. So we've done the first hour. I establish in the quantum healing process what still has a hold on you, what's still charging you. So you might have, for example, had a dog die when you were little, and your parents might have said, oh, just suck it up, get over it, bury the dog and move on. And a lot of us in this culture are not given permission to grieve, or not to grieve for long enough. And grieving is a very, very important process. And if we don't grieve, it's like we stuff it down into our bodies. And I believe that's where a lot of dis-ease comes from, because we still haven't resolved how we feel about that event, or we haven't been validated, our feelings haven't been validated. And it just takes time. Everybody grieves differently, but we need to communicate that we are grieving, because grieving can sometimes look like depression or anger or feeling stuck. That's a big one about feeling stuck, is unresolved grief. So I look at the whole story of your life so far, and I use, of course, my intuition to tune into what still is bothering you and what belief system did you take from that. So the universal belief system is, I'm not good enough, I suck, I don't deserve to have or who I want. We'll keep our barometer of money, health, relationships, and all the good stuff at this level, when really we deserve to be at a much higher level. So the idea is then, in the second hour, we create a new story. What's your new reality? What does that look like? What words would you choose? What beliefs do you want to have? How do you want to feel about you? What are you doing that's exciting and fun and loving and everything's working for you in your world? Now, the truth is that reality actually already exists. But we've got to give ourselves permission, and to do that, we have to rise in the frequency, because as we know, like attracts like, and we can't be down here and have this great experience up here. You might be wishing for a lottery win or a new job, but if you're still operating in the same thinking and feeling about, how you're not good enough, that's just going to keep missing. It's just going to keep missing who you are. So I think I may have lost you on Instagram. I'm not sure, because my battery, no, I'm still alive here, but I may lose you soon. My phone's been in great use this week and it keeps dying on me. So I need a long-lasting battery for my phone. In the second hour also, so we establish this new reality, this new movie, if you like, of your life, who you really are and who you want to become. And there's a great difference from who you were told that you are by your family. So that for me, when I did that on my life, I went, wow, that is two completely different people who my family told me were, my teachers at school. It was such a minimalized version of me. And then when I realized, oh, wait a minute, I can do this and I can do that. Well, maybe I'm not so stupid. Maybe I'm quite intelligent and I'm a caring person. So when I established who I wanted to become and who I could become, that was very exciting for me. And that meant that, oh, when I'm this person, I can have this reality now. And so from that point on, things got better and better and better and better. And for those of you who know me, you've probably seen me go from just being, having this tiny little business to writing books and traveling and doing talks and radio shows, and it just keeps getting better and better. And as I do this quantum work with others and myself, by the way, very exciting things are happening. I've got 3 big radio shows coming up in the near future, which I'm going to share with you all. Jill, hi. So nice to see your name. We haven't talked in so long. This is so exciting to be connecting with you. So when you do this quantum healing process, like I say, it's 2 hours. The first hour is about who you have been, who you think you are, those events that still have a charge for you. We take the events in the second part and we turn them upside down and we look for the positive, the gift. Why did you choose that event? If you were the producer and director of that movie or the writer, why did you create that? What was your motivation? So looking for that gift, well, maybe you became stronger. Maybe you became aware of how loving you really are, or how you needed to learn about compassion for that, or you needed to understand that you're a very sensitive being and that in fact is a gift. So there's always be a gift that we take then into the second part of the session. And based on the words that we've discussed and who you want to become, I then give my client a beautiful healing guided visualization and meditation. And this incorporates letting go of the old, transmuting the negative into the positive, using all that material as a foundation for this new reality, and then taking you through a kind of doorway, if you like, into the new reality that already exists for you, and having you experience yourself in that higher realm. In fact, your higher self. You get to meet that person, you get to blend with that person, and then you come back to this reality as your higher self and with this beautiful guided visualization. I then ask my clients, after they go home and before they go to sleep every night for about between 21 and 30 days or longer, to play that recorded session as they go to sleep, so that the new words and the new images can embed in the subconscious mind and support the new reality. So I don't just say, thanks very much, bye, see you, good luck with that. There's ongoing support for you. I also give tips to people how to maintain living in their new reality. Hi, Carol. Wow, I'm getting a lot of people from the island today. That's wonderful. I've just been on Vancouver Island, and it's been so lovely. So I don't know if does anybody have any questions about what I've talked about so far? Okay, nobody's asked me questions, but now you can go to my website, natasharosewood.com. My lovely assistant Vanessa has just posted the quantum healing information, so you can see this process written down. So if you'd like to book a session, you can go to the website. If you want, email me with more questions before you commit. But I'd love to hear what you would like me to talk about as well, if there's anything particular. As you know, I've got a broad range of topics we can speak, and I want to support you. So please let me know. Okay? No questions. I'm going to sign off now because I'm sure you all want to go and have dinner. And thank you for coming on. I'm very encouraged, and it's so nice to see familiar names. So just one more thing, if you would, I'm going to offer, actually make a little offer. I've got a guided meditation. It's not the quantum healing one, but it is a relaxing healing. So if anybody's feeling stressed, they don't know how to sleep, and if they like the sound of my voice, I'd be very happy to download a copy to you. You just send me a question and send me some feedback on this Facebook Live. How can we make it better? How can I make it more relevant to you? I'd really appreciate that. So namaste, everyone. Please take care, and let's keep this movement of happiness going. I'll see you on the bright side.